So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this lack of media access to the Minnesota Vikings as training camp is going down because everything is shrouded in mystery. It's kind of fun. It's sort of like the way that Bears have run their training camp practices forever. Like there's so many like draconian KGB adjacent type restrictions on the media in Chicago. It's really weird. But so we've had to piece together some detective work since there is no media updates about what's going on, as well as just detective work from videos, pictures released by the team, as well as working some hashtag sources to get some of these depth charts coming out. So one of the great things about training camp, as well as walkthroughs specifically, is that you get to see who is lining up where. Now, is that going to be the be-all, end-all, especially at the beginning of training camp? No, but it is a good way to see how the coaches project, especially the offensive line moving forward. Who's on the first team, who's on second team, who's on the third team, etc. And those matter more than the depth charts that teams release at every preseason, every training camp. Those are pretty much worthless. But the way that they actually line up in practice and walkthroughs, that is important. See who's getting reps where, who's developing chemistry next to someone else. That is revealing, and it is a really good indicator of what's going to happen going forward. So putting together all of that work, we've assembled what is the Vikings offensive line depth chart as of right now, teams 1, 2, and 3. So at the top, of course, left to right, you got Riley Reeve, Pat Elflein, Garrett Bradbury, Dakota Dozier, as well as Brian O'Neill. Now, Dozier started 4 games last year in place of injured Pat Elflein, as well as Josh Klein. Played better at right guard than he did at left guard, and of course is a veteran, has a lot of experience with Rick Dennison, so that's why he's there. Gary Kubiak has talked about returning 4 out of 5 starters, so it is inclined that Elflein will remain at left guard. Riley Reeve is going to be entrenched at left tackle as well, and of course Bradbury and O'Neill at center and right tackle respectively. So if I was a betting man, so barring alien abduction or anything like that, I think that is going to be your week 1 starting offensive line against the Packers, September 13th, US Bank Stadium. And you could say boo, but also it's reality at this point with the lack of offseason, where the players that are getting reps right now, they're typically where it would be in a normal year, where there would be at OTAs or maybe even mini camp. But so this is just an absolute crash course in getting into the NFL. So it really does harm young players. It really does harm the rookies trying to crack the starting lineup. Second team. So you got Blake Brandel, who's pulling double duties, playing second team and third team left tackle. He's also the highest rookie. He's the only one on the first or second teams. And then left to right, you have Aviante Collins working at some left guard, as well as Brett Jones, a veteran, swing interior backup at center. Drew Samia, who, even though it did seem like Kubiak was sort of omitting Drew Samia in his press conference. We'll get to Kubiak's comments in a sec. Drew Samia is working at second team right guard. Does he eventually overtake Dakota Dozier? I think it would make sense. Samia's natural position is right guard. He does have some nastiness to him. Second year man, 4th round pick coming out of Oklahoma. I love his talent. I do. As well as veteran swing backup tackle Rashad Hill, working at right tackle. So now the rookies. Now, actually, first question. So I understand, like, why not Ezra Cleveland as a backup left tackle? Well, here's the thing. If Cleveland is going to be contributing as a rookie and he's going to be primarily guard, it does make sense for him to only learn guard, just a full-on every single rep that he can get, either at left guard, right guard, as the team figures that he is going to be contributing early than Blake Brandel. It makes sense for him to only focus on that. Plus, for Brandel, if they do see him as a long-term option at left tackle, or at minimum that swing backup tackle, it's important to get him as many reps as possible, specifically at that left tackle spot. So that makes sense. Lastly, third team, all rookies. Left to right, Blake Brandel, 6th round pick out of Oregon State. Ezra Cleveland, 2nd round pick out of Boise State. Jake Lucina, UDFA from Augustana. Kyle Big Hittin' Hinton, 7th-round pick out of Washburn, working at right guard, as well as Brady Aiello, the UDFA utility offensive lineman out of Oregon. Now, note that Oli Udoh is still on the COVID-19 list. When he returns, I suspect that he'll slide in as second-team right tackle. Rashad Hill will kick over to second-team left tackle, and Blake Brandel will just remain as the third-team left tackle only. A couple of notes. So Aviante Collins has also had a few first-team reps at right guard. As of right now, it's only been Dozier and Aviante Collins. Drew Samia hasn't sniffed it yet. Ezra Cleveland. So interesting. A couple listeners have pointed this out, that if you go back to Kubiak's comments, I actually think that the media sort of ran with Kubiak's comments in the wrong way, where he says Ezra Cleveland's going to be working at guard, right? And they took that to mean right guard. Now, a lot of people ran with it. I ran with it as well. But if you actually go back and look at his actual comments, he doesn't really say anything about Ezra at right guard. Now, that being said, Ezra has had some second-team right guard snaps, notably when Samia is rotating out. So is it possible that he's going to work both sides, maybe even working at the starting right guard spot with Elflein remaining at left guard? It's possible, but I don't know. As well as Jake Lucine and Kyle Hinton have flip-flopped a couple times. Kubiak noted a couple weeks ago that Kyle Hinton is going to be getting some looks at center as well. So it is interesting. It is interesting the way that's piling up as of right now. I think because of the weird-ass off-season, it really does prohibit some of the young players rising up and making an impression. That includes second-year guys like Drew Samia. So, like I said at the jump, even though it may not be sexy, it may not be overly thrilling, I think your week one starting offensive line against the Packers is going to be Reef, Elflein, Bradbury, Dozier, and Brian O'Neill. So, good luck, Dalvin. Good luck, Kirky. Let's get it going. Let's get it on. I trust Kubiak. I trust Dennison. But if this doesn't work out week one, fire everyone. Nah, just playing. But yeah, but really. Yeah. All right, so your thoughts. Vikings offensive line depth chart as of right. Meow. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.